I don't, yeah, what that one? No. Let's go back to the purple. Yeah, anyway, Musk and Trump. The feud continues. So I want to touch on that first before we talk about anything else. And it's going to escalate. Now, I did a video last night about Trump and Musk's little hissy fits. And Musk's old friend for about 14 odd years, they fell out because he spoke out against Elon Musk because of the Nazi salute. For God's sake, that man. And he said, I think his name's Lowe or something, he said that Elon Musk holds a grudge. Pretty much. Hello, dreamer. Hope you're well. Say hi. Hi. Well, Musk has resurfaced since last, I think it was last Wednesday. He started tweeting about this, the death bill, the murder bill, and how it's a crock shit. Which he is right, it is. But we all know the real reason why Musk hates the bill is because it's defunding Elon Musk's, subsidies for EV cars, even though Elon Musk knew from day one, because Donald Trump was quite clear about his feelings about electric vehicles, and windmills. Oh, Christ's sake, that man. Anyway, so why the heck did he support him? 275 odd million quid. He basically railroaded Donald Trump to be the president of the United States. But last night, Elon Musk resurfaced his threat towards the Democrats and the Republicans. He is saying that as soon as this bill passes, the following day, he will start the new American Party, he says, where the people will have a voice. Now, considering that Elon Musk has like 200 million odd followers on his platform, and even those who may vote for or consider the Democrats, they might even consider Elon Musk's American Party. But let's be honest, we can't lose sight of the fact that Elon Musk is quite happy with certain elements of this murder bill. He ain't got a problem with the Medicaid cuts. In fact, he wants more. He ain't got a problem with the Medicare cuts. In fact, he wants more. He wants more blood. Because people will die. There's no, long and short about it, though. So I'm going to show you what's been said. Yes. Hello there, everybody. Oh, Graham Doan. Hello, my friend. And hippie gentleman, Ben. I have a booger hanging. My guy. Oh, have I? Oh, where? There? Is it there? Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, I've heard all these stories before. For Christ's sake. I've got a booger, apparently. Well, there you go. I think we've all got boogers. I think mine is still up there at the moment. Yeah, tell me again in 15 minutes if it starts hanging. It's good to let me know. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I'm not deceived by this MAGA fight. No, how can you be deceived by a man who's, quite frankly, gave Donald Trump 275 million quid? Elon Musk is literally... He's trying to get... he wants the love back, all right? People used to love Elon Musk before they realised he was a Nazi. Didn't they? They loved his cars, they loved his SpaceX, they loved this, they loved that. They thought he was a hero, they thought he was a very smart guy, including Donald Trump. But he was a Nazi. All along, we should have known better, really. He came, it'll be funny, he's South African and all that. Look at his father. Elon Musk's father brought up two little girls and decided, I know, she could be my wife. And have two kids with her. Makes you wonder what's going on while they were tots, doesn't it, And when he was asked, Elon Musk's father was asked about this, he says, well, we were born to procreate. What? That's the mentality of these people, you see. They think they own absolutely everything, or pretty much do, to be fair. We're all serfs, aren't we, after all? We're here to serve them, the billionaire classes. And that obviously includes Elon Musk, who's trying to make out that he's our saviour. He's not our saviour. No. He certainly ain't the Messiah. No, he's just a naughty little fucking boy who can't keep his mouth shut. No. No, he's a self-diagnosed ADHD or whatever it is. Probably has, I don't know. ADHD, what's that one? Grant Lewis, can I borrow some baby oil? If you want, yes, I get it in the 25-gallon drum. Okay, yeah. You sound a little like Bobcat Goldweight to say today. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Okay. What's up, Ellen? I've still got some hair. Muskrat is a joke. He will get his karma soon. He probably will, but it's probably going to be instigated by Donald Trump when he gets defunded by 8 million quid a day. SpaceX defunded. I just said now, Tesla defunded. Hello, Tina, England Pride. I hope you're well. Can I borrow some baby oil? No, you can. I'm keeping it all for myself. He was grooming that girl and abusing her when she was a child, and that's what I reckon as well. I don't know. Is there any evidence of that? I don't know, but I won't be a bit surprised. You know, at the end of the day, oh, crikey, these people, paedophiles, you know, they all look up to Trump, don't they, you know? Yeah, he's just like, he's one of us, isn't he? A paedophile, yeah, like Trump and his fucking 14-year-old girls. He even said that he wanted a bit of his own daughter, didn't he? You know, these people are foul. Don't look up to them. They don't deserve your respect. They don't. Now, I'm a man, I got 6 kids. I know. Poor woman. I had 6 kids. And the idea that any of them would be abused, I can't imagine what I would do. They're all grown up now, to be fair, you know. They're worrying about their own my own grandchildren now, I suppose. You know, they're kids. But I can't imagine what I'd do. Yeah, I'm a softy at heart, but crikey cross me, I'm a bastard. Plain and simple. But that's the thing, you see, you need to stand up for yourself and your family, and that's why you've got to stand up against these fucking billionaire classes, because they are destroying your way of life. They're destroying your ability to function, to support your families, to buy a fucking house. Whenever there's any cheap properties going, what do? They come in and they swoop it all bloody up, don't they? You know? And there ain't nothing left for you. All end up happening is that all the bloody property prices go up through the bloody roof, and there's still a demand. We've had 15, in the UK for instance, we've had 15% house price rises. Every single bloody year, 15%. That's not sustainable. Governments won't do anything about it, because they're just too bloody weak, but also they're also too connected with the people who are building these houses. They just want to build just enough to maintain the price rises, so they know that they're going to make more money. George Carlin, he warned us of this for decades. He told us again and again and again. Those videos are, you know, you'll find them online. And he was right. He knew exactly what was going on. He could see it. So they have all the money, and they're still not happy. That's the thing. It's not about money anymore. It's about power. The money just facilitates it. Facilitates the power. Look at Jeff Bezos, what he managed to do in pretty much shut off areas of bloody Venice, mate. He can get married to a woman with fake boobies. I like natural me. I just find the whole thing The excess. And people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump, that level of excess, it is disgusting. Nobody needs that amount of money. Nobody. Now, there are food billionaires out there who do donate on a regular basis, but Elon Musk is not one of them. The only time he's done any donations is when it actually benefits his companies, such as neuroscience charity and stuff like that. Benefits, obviously, his brain chip. These people are unreal. So, what did Elon Musk say? I've got so much stuff to talk about on there. I've got a big list of it, and I've kind of like... oh, here we are. I found it. All right. This was just last night, this was. Elon Musk just made his starkest political threat since the election, and I'm not going on to the X platform because, well, it's Elon Musk. So you got to remember is when something is free, you are the product. All right. So if you're going on to X platform and stuff like that, and Facebook and all the things you ride up against on Instagram, even WhatsApp, you are the product. They're using you. These platforms would not exist without the people. Same as the companies that are literally screwing us over would not exist without us. Now, after declaring that he was stepping away from the political spotlight, remember that? The love affair was over. That was the separation, and now we're waiting for the decree absolute. Maybe this is it. Elon Musk, he's got right back in now. Like I said about his friend of 14 odd years, he said Elon Musk does not let go. He doesn't know how to. Now, as the Senate debated the whole murder bill, the big, beautiful murder bill, just yesterday, well, today, the 1st of July. Crikey, have you heard? Is it California, Los Angeles, or whatever? And they banned or they've cancelled July the 4th because, you know, it's all about independence and that, you know. You can't have Independence Day without independence, can you? Anyway, on Monday, before a final vote, Musk issued a stark warning via his social media platform, X. Every member of Congress who campaigned on reducing government spending and then immediately voted for the biggest debt increase in history should hang their head in shame, he said. I can't disagree with that. And they will lose their primary next year. If it is the last thing I do on this earth, he wrote. A few hours later, he went further, declaring on X that if this insane spending bill passes, the American Party will be formed the next day. Our country needs an alternative to the Democrat-Republican Uniparty. He has a point about that. They're all in the feckin' pockets of AIPAC and, oh, crikey, and, the Heritage Foundation, and, you know, they're just too interconnected. They really are. Until that literally is broken up, it's never going to be an actual party and a party. It's not what it once was. Even then it was corrupt as hell. And in a late night post on social media, Trump hit back. He did. Alright, now I've got that here. I have got the actual post. Here we go. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Come on, I'm been verified. Alright. Oh my, giddy out the probe. Oh my god, it's gonna have to be how it balls is. Oh, yes, I'm okay. Well, yeah, Elon Musk. Alright, Donald Trump. Alright, it's on Truth Social. Why am I going on Truth Social? Aren't I giving him money? Well, no, because nobody really advertises on it. Anyway, Elon Musk knew long before he so strongly endorsed me for president that I was strongly against the EV mandate. To be fair to Donald Trump, that is true, because he's always said that. It is ridiculous and was always a major part of my campaign. Now, this is the other thing about this EV mandate and these subsidies for EV cars. Even Elon Musk said in an interview that he shouldn't be getting these EV subsidies. That's what he said. He said it's ridiculous. You know, these people are liars, aren't they? Let's be honest. They're just all feckin' liars. A lot of them. They want to tell you what they think you want to hear. You've been fluffed, yeah. Been groomed. It is ridiculous and has always been ridiculous. Yes, he says here. Electric cars are fine, but not everyone should be forced to own one. No one's been forced to own one. That's bollocks. Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history, so by far, which is true. And without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back to South Africa. Why? He's the richest bloke on the planet. He ain't got to go anywhere, is he? He can buy his way anywhere he wants to be. Alright? He can just... doesn't make any difference. And with no more rocket launchers, satellites, or electric car production. Well, not rocket launchers, rocket explosions! It's a glorified firework. We saw it on more than one occasion just recently. One after the other. Yes, I do. I have to admit, it gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside that it did. So, no more rocket launchers, satellites, electric car production, and our country would save a fortune, he says Donald Trump. Perhaps we should have Doge take a look. Hard look at this, yeah, hard look. Big money to be saved, said. Big money. Bigly. Yeah. Still my buttons up. Oh, my fat belly's hanging out. Anyway. Elon can still rent a decent flat anywhere. Yes. Little one-bedroom flat, he'll be fine, won't he? Musk can get a nice funeral moose. A mausoleum for himself in the future. If he keeps this up, yeah. Baby. Hello, Iranian kiddo. Oh, Coinbase is an app goober. What? Okay, whatever that is. But Detroit, oh God, Coinbase, of course I understand. They're the ones that organise it, aren't they? But Trump coins is very low. Good, says John Walsh. Coinbase is all-time high. Oh God, isn't there all-time high? Oh, I see. So we've got some spamming going on here. Oh, don't do that. You know, stop your spamming, because you know what's going to happen. You spam on this channel, you're going to disappear. You'll be in your own little bubble. You think you're still being seen, but you're not. So don't do it. No. Oh. American Party being formed by a muskrat. Ha ha ha. One of 8 most unpopular people in the world. So, who will be their president nominees before 28 big balls? Big balls. Yeah, probably. Anyway, I'm gonna have a coffee. I got my brown sugar ready. Yeah, my machine works now. For some reason, it stopped working. I think there's a barcode or something. Which the button was on the other side. So, take the hat off. Okay, there you go. Hat's off. Yes, I have got hair still, just about. But if you want to know why I just clip my bloody head, it's because I'm a woodworker, right? I get covered in dust. And so when I get covered in dust, I can just go outside and shove my faggot head in the barrel. That's what I do. I'm a man, mate. Yeah, I'm tough. I don't care about Cold War. In fact, it makes my nipples all erect. Right, okay. A fat Joe Pascali. Schoolie? Pascal, or whatever. Yeah, okay, I'm fat. So bloody what? I've lost weight, though. I've lost nearly 5 kilos. I have since I've been on a diet, so I'm going the right way. You can say whatever you like about me, you won't offend me. I do not care. If you start taking the mick and being nasty to other people in the chat, well then you're off. Simple as that. And you're never coming back again. I'm not doing any of that stuff. No. It's a community of people who can communicate with each other in this community, and they're welcome to do so, but play nice. If people got a point of view, that's great. If you want to attack me, I don't care. So you waste your time. Oh, I'm too long. And by the way, I'm pressing my button. That's what she said. Yeah, pressing my own button. Oh, it's nearly there. It's nearly full. Keep my energy up, you see. I've been caffeinated this morning already. I've had 2 coffees. This will be my 3rd. You need it, you see, when you do live streams and stuff. Keep your energy levels up. It's quite tiring, you know. It's quite tiring. Anyway, don't forget to boot the old like button. And if you want to support the channel, there's the super chats and that as well. And also, I'll make sure I can see your comment. If you've got something specific you would like to say. There we come. The big beautiful bill is a super slow going through. The reps simply don't have enough. Don't have enough voters. I hope bloody not. That bill is going to destroy people's lives. How can anyone condone something that will do that? What's happened to humanity? You know? Is there no humanity anymore? I don't understand why anyone... I've used this glass for this coffee. It's just cracked. Clearly, it's not heat resistant, this glass. I'm still going to use it because the crack's not gone all the way. It's gone in about an inch. I don't know whether to move this or not. It's right near the handle. It's coming down. It might be a disaster. Let me show you. That's because my missus keeps taking my blatant coffee cup out of here, right? And then I forget to replace it. And I had the glass in there, so I thought I'd use that, and I've just destroyed it. Let me try and show you. Can you see the crack? Down there. Oh dear. Don't know why I filled it up so high. I have to be careful with that one. Alright, so yeah, all the shit's set in the van. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they ain't happy with each other. Elon Musk is, he can't let go. And he's got enough money to say sod absolutely everything. What's he got to lose now? To be honest. Tesla that could fail any day. Is in a hell of a bad way. If Donald Trump decides to cut the funding, because that's the only way, funding to Tesla, that's the only place Tesla's getting any money at the moment. And don't forget, these major companies like that, they're all based on loans. They all borrow money. And if the funding is cut, all of a sudden, they're going to recall those loans. They'll just fold. Including SpaceX, they'll just all fold. These people, you see, who have all this money, effectively are extracting this money because instead of actually using the money that they've got to build shit in their companies, they take out finance because then it is going to be put into shares and God knows what else. There's unrealised profits, unrealised money, sorry. And because it's unrealised money, it's not taxed. These people, they know how to scam you. The Musk corporate welfare queen. Hello, curious, hope you well. This most definitely. Oh boy, Gideon. Yeah, $8 million a day. $8 million a day. Musk gets to all his companies. He doesn't get it directly, obviously, but you know, it allows the companies to carry on functioning. But the other thing Donald Trump's got to realise is there'll be a lot of job losses, which means effectively there'll be a brain drain. Well, there already is a brain drain, but there'll be an exasperated brain drain because the kind of people working in these places, whether it be the Neuralink, whether it be SpaceX, whether it be Tesla, these are all highly skilled, very clever people. Remember, it's not Elon Musk, it's the people that he's employed. They'll go elsewhere. And if they don't see a future in the United States, they'll go abroad. So maybe Canada, elbows up, yeah, or Europe. It'll literally just be offshore. It'll just... brains will leave the United States. More brains, because they're already leaving. In fact, a hell of a lot of people have already left the United States who have got a pretty hefty education. Many of them have gone to Canada. So there you go. Donald Trump is doing everything he can to destroy the United States and just make it, effectively, just be an even more powerful superpower. It's literally just going to be based on the economy, everything would just be military. It would just be arms, guns, and munitions. And well, China's just built a new missile, one that can wipe out complete electricity systems. It's basically carbon bombs. Carbon bombs have been about for a long time. What happens is they can drop this missile. Drop it all, launch it or whatever they do. And when the missile hits the ground, all these little munitions bounce off the ground, and bounce off the ground. It's into the air. And effectively just explode into particles, carbon particles. The carbon particles are highly conductive. So what happens is all the electricity ends up being drawn to all these particles and creates shorts across the systems, just literally destroying all the computers and all the transformers, and it causes internal explosions and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, lovely, isn't it? In theory, it's supposed to be a non-lethal weapon, but the result of it, people died because things like pumping stations for water and purifications and all sorts of other stuff, and hospitals, they all end up onto emergency power systems, for which can potentially fail. People die. I'm in Vancouver, says John. Canada, we want Muskrat to lose his US and Canadian citizenship, and we don't want him here. Yes. I don't blame you. Who would want Elon Musk? The man is just all over the place these days. He's so high on fucking ketamine, even though he reckons he's not, and he published his blood test report and stuff like that, which is probably doctored. I can't imagine for the life of me this is just his autism that he's self-diagnosed, and he's not actually diagnosed with autism. He's self-diagnosed. They're all running around with red hats like a bunch of Confederates. With the ICE, these people. ICE, for instance, they are the worst. They are just evil. They really are. And it's quite sad to see all these people being scooped up, for no reason. We're getting people who are working in like nurseries and, garden centres or gardeners, and apparently they're criminals. They're dangerous, they are. You all fear the gardens. They might have a brush cutter. Dangerous, that's from spin around really fast. Yes, very fast. Blimey, crack, take your skin off. Blimey, lethal. I just find it sad. And I also find it sad that there's people out there who think this is okay. They think it's okay what's going on. Now, Donald Trump is now taking away citizenship from naturalised citizens for civil offences. It's a pencil. For civil offences. That's my stirry stick, by the way. I just find it all crazy. Actually, that includes civil offences. That includes writing, putting false information on your paperwork and stuff. For your immigration papers and stuff. So, would that include Prince Harry? Probably. Deport him! Oh, hello, Canadian. Hello, is it Brimstone Dragon Pete? Oh! I'll shoot you down in the flames, I will, yes. So, I concur, too, yes. People need to wake up, they do. They need to wake up and smell the shit. Not roses, the shit that's going on. I need to stand up against it. That's what you got to do. You got to stand up against this tyranny that is just drive people into the muck. Now I'm okay. I'm all right, Jack. I'm here in France. I escaped the Brexit in the UK and the shit that's going on over there. And I've got enough water between me and the United States to say it don't bother me. But it does affect us. That's the thing, you see. And I do find it a concern. what's going on in the United States is one of the reasons why I talk about it. I find it concerned what's going on and how the good Canadian people are being attacked effectively by Donald Trump constantly. Oh yeah, 51st state and all that. That affects me. What happens, if the United States sneezes, well, we all catch a cold. They're absolutely shitting on the international economic order, whatever you like to call it. It's a finely tuned machine it was, and now it's all up in the air. No one knows from one minute to the next what's going on. Now, my feeling is we have to say, sorry, Donnie, we're not going to have any trade deals. If you want to charge your tariffs, you charge your tariffs, and we will do reciprocal tariffs on you. All right? If you don't like it, well, there you go. This equally affects the United States economy. It's not just affecting the rest of the world. The United States economy is taking a massive downturn. The dollar is weak as feck. The euro has gone up. The Canadian dollar has gone up because the US dollar has gone down. So many countries are performing de-dollarization. They are selling the dollar. And that is only going to hurt the United States. Because you need to be able to borrow money. Now don't forget, this beautiful murder bill, it requires funding. And cutting Medicaid is not going to cut the mustard. No. Now, there's a variety of different estimates. Originated around 2.8 trillion increase in debt. Others estimate around 5. Even the most stark estimations I've seen are around 10 trillion increases in national debt. Now, if you're going to have to get your national debt, if you're going to have to get more money, borrow more money, and that's effectively what's happening when you get national debt, well then, where are you going to get it from? Where are you going to get it from? Other countries, aren't you? Or individuals who want to buy bonds. Well, the value of the dollar's been devalued. The cost of borrowing has gone up to about 4.5% now, and got to pay it back. Got to maintain the interest. Can the country afford it when the economy is literally depleting? There's no growth in the United States, is there? Everything is getting hit. People are getting hit. People are going to be affected. Ordinary folk trying to get by in their lives, they might not be politically, they might not be interested in politics. Maybe they never vote. Which is a foolish thing, and quite frankly, partly to blame. But, it's just ordinary people are affected. And the people who will be affected the most in this murder bill are the people who voted for Donald Trump. MAGA. It's gormless. It's so gormless. I just missed something. Sorry, I do apologise. Where is it? Hey, Chrome Dome! Hello, my friend. Did you see the DeSantis interview touring alligator Alcatraz? Every word out of his mouth was illegals. Oh, crikey. Oh, how does it going up? That man is nasty. Just like Ted Cruz with his boys with the saw blades on. Okay, they got removed in 2023 in the end. The courts, when they were worth something, obviously they're not worth anything anymore. The Supreme Court is pretty much bought and paid for. But that was just... There's literally sort of serrated metal discs. They tried to make out that they're humane. Just the gall of these people. I haven't seen the interview yet, actually, Chrome Dome, but I will have a look. In fact, we didn't sleep very well last night because it was so hot. And then I finally did get to sleep, and then I just slept after the morning. Didn't get up when I should have done. Which country will they send Prince Harry to? Well, technically speaking, it should be the United Kingdom. But I don't think he'll be going to see his father anytime soon. Hello, Romania. I hope you're well. Wasps. We've got our fair share of wasps here this year. Last year there was hardly any wasps. This year there's bloody plenty. So they block you if you don't agree. Ooh. There we go. There we come. No, we're not attacking Canada. That would be a joke. If Donald Trump felt he would benefit... oh dear. Oh, let's have a eucalyptus sweet. If Donald Trump felt that attacking Canada, invading Canada, would benefit him politically, he'd do it. I've got no doubt. No doubt at all. He thought bombing Iran would benefit him. Nope. In fact, there's been a huge amount of activity around that site now. There's been trucks coming and going and all sorts of stuff going on. It can't be that obliterated, can it? If it was obliterated, that would be completing that rebuild. Obviously, all the tunnels and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, there would have been a huge amount of damage because of the vibration. When did Trump defend Musk? When you put all the fucking Teslas on the front lawn of the White House. That's when he defended Trump and Musk. A fucking car sales showground that was. The taco lovers make me laugh. Yeah. No, they say. Oh, wait, no one. I've got fibromyalgia that affects my vocal cords, so if I overuse them, that kicks in. Pain. Mental helps. I've actually got. In fact, I don't smoke. I've never smoked, but that is literally. There's obviously no nicotine. I don't have any nicotine for that. That's just got eucalyptus in it. And I have that because of my fibromyalgia affects my voice. That's why I got a really horsey voice. Musk attacked him again yesterday. That he did. Yes, last night he told him that he's going to start the new the American Party. So the Americans have a say. These people are such hypocrites. Such hypocrites. I would like him to do it though. I would support Elon Musk on that quest because something needs to be done to break up this party, the Uni Party as he called it, the Republican Democrat Party. Just to stir it up a bit, you know? To remove some of the voters. Because you know what happens there, for instance. Look what happened to the Conservatives in the UK when the Reform Party started gaining ground. It diluted the vote for the Conservatives and they're basically decimated. And that's why the Labour Party got such a majority. Whether it's a good thing or not, I don't think it is. I believe in having a balance in government. These two-party governments don't make any bloody sense. Really don't. And obviously with the Republicans and Democrats, that's a joke. It really is. Sherry Bartleston trailer trash inbreeding. Aren't they all? Those who wear the little red hats, aren't they all inbred? I'm sure they are. They all look the same. Or was it just a little red hat? And most Americans do not agree with any of his policies. It's just that MAGA is so loud. That's a good point. Those with the loudest voices. We saw this with the Brexit in the UK. Brexiters were loud and shouty and angry. angry. The fishermen, they're angry. The farmers, they're angry. The idiots, they're angry. I've gone a bit far up. I'd say if this guy was an American, he could start a protest, but I don't think he's got the energy. Who's got the energy? Have I not got the energy? What are you... what are you all doing up? Doom scrolling like me! Don't we all? I do my fair share of doom scrolling. A lot of it's because the only thing I'm really interested, if I'm, say for instance, on YouTube Shorts or something, I'm scrolling up there, I'm interested in quick, snappy political jaunts, you know. Radio control model airplanes and stuff like that. But, yeah, I still keep getting cats and dogs. And dancing. I don't want dancing. I'm not interested in dancing. Or some woman on a yoga mat sort of stretching the bits. I don't want to say all that. I'm not interested. Okay, we know your butt hurts from us kicking you out once. Well, yeah. Maybe you did. Good. Quite frankly, because it was ridiculous. But, you know, you haven't done much good with it, have you? Not common decency, anyway. We have a Foo Maple Magga, and facts make them angry, says Kerry S. Yep, you have. You know, these people are crazy. Why would you want Canada to be the 51st state? Why would you want that? These people are so disloyal to their own country. It's unreal, isn't it, really, you know? But it's like the Northern Ireland, isn't it? You know, you got those who are UK nationalists and all that, you know. They believe in England and all that, you know. Irish citizens. Crazy. Do you got the energy to say don't eat? No, I'm not doing that. You try to get me demonetized? I don't make any money on this fucking channel as it is, hardly, you know. David, South Norfolk or North? Oh, or North Suffolk, is it? No, I am Norfolk. I am from Norfolk. I was born east of Norwich. Lived most of my life in a little village called Salhouse near Wroxham. And the last 15 odd years I've been living here in France. So, before the Brexit. Deport now. Americans say sorry. You guys have to only get better information sources. You mean information sources that agree with you? The ones that you agree with. Not fact driven. Apparently I look like Rosie O'Donnell. Well, beans you've used profanity in my chat, you're going straight away. So I'm not having anything like that, sorry. You're gone. We don't have profanity in this channel. Oh, hang on, I think I just clicked the wrong one. No, not that one. I clicked the wrong one. That's it, that's gone. Profanity or being nasty to people. Call me what you like, apart from profanity, because I can't have it on there. Because there are rules, and there's actual laws here in Europe, you see. You might not have any in the US, but there's laws here regarding that sort of stuff, so I'm getting rid of it. Can't have that on my channel. Now, they're called goms, okay, goms, and these are eucalyptus goms. I'm more worried about the USDA portion of this bill. It hurts small farmers, as small farmers will probably have to drop out next year. Well, you should also be worried about obviously the immigration side of things, because ICE is going to get another more funding, and if they get more funding, they reckon they're going to double their efforts, and that will affect the farmers. They have nobody to work their fields. They're already losing them left, right, and centre, literally shutting down farming. That's what happens when you vote for a madman. Narcissistic sociopath. Happy Canada Day, Canucks! That isn't it? Today's the 1st of July. What he says there, I'm so tired of these low lives with no morals. You and me both. But you haven't got to look far. You just got to look towards the billionaires. The multi-millionaires. You see, the thing about these people, they're actually scared. They're scared of losing it. So all they want to do is either protect it, or earn, or find more, or steal more from you to be able to maintain their balance. I don't want Canada or any other country. Yeah, there isn't that many of them, but they're out there, aren't they? They really are. Don't forget, beat the like button. 141 people there, and they got 42 likes. It's just when you see people like Elon Musk, and he's riding at the moment, but let's be honest, he's not happy, not because of necessarily the other contents of this bill. He's unhappy because he's lost his EV subsidies. Just like we have no idea of what is going on in your country. What's happening? What's happening, Jane? Oh, Joel, how's my friend? Didn't see you here, my friend. I dealt with that, thank you. We have Maple Maca. Oh my god, look up Danielle Smith. She wants Alberta to separate as well. Oh my god. It makes you wonder how some countries like that would be able to survive on their own. Now, the first shipment of LNG has just left Canada. That's the start of many. Not good for the environment, I must say, but, it's going to help the GDP. As an American, you have it twisted. So, put it like this. I find it pretty twisted when people condone people dying in detention centres. At least 10 so far. And then there's a stillbirth as well. While the mother was lying there with her ankles shackled together. And the guards were watching them. They denied her health care that she needed, which could have saved that baby. And they say they're pro-life. That's pretty twisted. If you're on X, following people on X and shit like that, well then, or Truth Social, well then clearly you're going to have a one-sided view. If you want to understand really what's going on and how people's minds work, well, you got to chew on things you disagree with. And I do that. I read stuff. I follow stuff. I go on Reddit and MAGA platforms and shit just to, well, obviously to troll them. I'm not just doing this, I am busy. So if you want to support me while I'm being busy trolling these fucking MAGA assholes, leave us a super chat. I'll give them hell. These people, they don't do facts well. They really do not do facts. Musk hasn't been defunded. Well, he will be in this bill. EV subsidies, gone. That's defunding. And Trump has threatened them with being defunded. Wait until someone tries to escape alligator Alcatraz. Will you ever know? There will be bits of them. God. It's a pity Crocodile Dundee's dead. Crikey. He'll save you. He would have done. Muskrat will soon get the Epstein treatment. What's that? Redacted. Oh, my just fucking. This glass is broken. Yeah, and that woman did, didn't she? I can't remember her name now. But, the US Senator Johnny Ernst recently said, we're all gonna die anyway. Just like that woman said, I can't remember her name now, but, she tried to backtrack again, made her apologies and shit like that. She just made it worse. These people, they're so disconnected from reality. They're just so disconnected from the people that they are supposed to protect. They've got no idea how hard people, how they are struggling. Chrome Dome says, the day that Musk got Twitter, I left the platform. I haven't shut it. It's still there, but I don't go on there. Can't remember last time we been on there. Now probably every year now at least. I didn't do it straight away. As soon as I realised it was all going to shit, I came off it. I just want, and then other people followed, like James O'Brien from LBC Radio and stuff like they left, and those kind of people that I followed left. And I got a huge amount of followers on there. I think about 12,000 on there now on Blue Sky. I share stuff on there, share videos on there, and it's a source of information. I also do a bit of Reddit. I don't actually contribute on Reddit because you've got to be so careful when you do this lark. You end up with just, as soon as you get labelled as somebody who does this, you just get attacked all the while. So I just use it as a research platform. And it's interesting to know what other people's opinions are, but also what their What, yeah, well, it's the same thing. Their views are on the topic, and you also get other information how it affects other people on both sides of the aisle. Not just whether it's a blue or red. It doesn't make any difference to you. But I'm interested more about the effects of stuff. You know, and there's certain news channels that are very, very useful. If there's any war-related stuff that I'm interested in, I get quite a bit from Kiev Independent, and I find that really good because there don't seem to be any agenda there. It's literally just information, and the articles are pretty well written. There's a lot of stuff in there about the bombs and the supply chains and stuff like that. It's like recently it's found that these shared bombs have got actual components that are sourced from Ireland in them as well. We know there's components from, there's been Starlink stuff in there, there's been components from the United States, obviously China, since they're an ally. So it can get quite interesting. There we come. I was between Dump and the bridge. And Ground News. Ground News is very good. I got that app on my phone. I subscribe to that as well. I'm a paid subscriber to that one. A low end subscription, but it's useful because it gives you an indication of whether it's blue or red. Whether it's right or left wing, and it's very useful. Oh, you're right, boy. Oh, that's a broad Norfolk, that is. However, the Russian economy is starting to crack massively. They have got some problems. Massive problems. They're talking about selling loads of shit now just to be able to fund their war campaign. Yep, good morning and happy Canada Day. That it is. I just jumped off the bridge. Da, 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 da. Chrome Down says, do we need to buy you a new coffee pot and coffee mug? that crack. Obviously, that's not really meant to have heat in it. Oh dear. That'd be quite nice though, to get a new coffee cup. What I need is I need a MAGA hat and a MAGA cup, so I can pretend I'm MAGA, and then I can undermine them. So when I do my live streams, I can then pretend I'm MAGA, and then maybe I'll get some MAGA in there, and I can pretend that I'm pro MAGA, and then I can undermine them. Yeah, I'll be like a mole, moly 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 moly. So my cottage was near the garbage dump, kinda, and that rings up. Oh my giddy aunt! Oh, don't be near the garbage dump. Where we can build the sustainable plus extract the minerals needed. Well, that is a good point, because you're going to need the minerals. At the moment, there's a so-called deal between the United States and China, but you know how it is with Donald Trump. There's never a deal. There's never an agreement. There's never a trade deal. Never. Because he just goes back on them. They're worth nothing. The trade deal between the United States and the UK has just started. But equally, that ain't worth nothing either, As soon as Tata Steel's kicking off, well, so does Donald Trump. It's just, after all, let's be honest. Donald Trump negotiated the trade deals between Canada and Mexico in Trump 1.0. And then all of a sudden they become the worst deals in history on Trump 2.0. Well, there should be a red flag to anybody with some common sense. Don't forget, boop the old like button while you're here. To anyone with any common sense. But no. These people, they're just got their heads in the sand. They want to listen to the same tropes. And they close off to anything that is true. When you often see it, don't you? When you see these podcasters, they go out there and they are, put themselves amongst the matter, ask some serious questions, and these people haven't got a clue. They go on about the Constitution, but they don't know anything about the Constitution. When they're asked about the First Amendment, they ain't got a clue. Asked about the Second Amendment, they ain't got a clue. It goes on and on and on. They haven't got a clue about it. I'm a British citizen living in France. I know more about the Constitution than these people. Stupid. They shouldn't be so. If I can learn it, they can. Well, actually, maybe they can't. Maybe they can't read. I saw a mug on Etsy. It was a silhouette mug of a Trump sucking Putin. $39.99. Oh my giddy aunt, that's an expensive mug. Just like the spoiled brat he is, yeah. Oh yes, I forgot. I just clicked like, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Janus. Hope you're well. Still trans, though. Yeah, there's this bill in it, It affects trans people as well, LGBTQ2 plus. I can always forget it, but it's terrible. I find it all as terrible. I've said this before on this platform. I've said that I will judge people on who they are, not on what they are. I don't care what race, creed, your sexual orientation, or whether you're trans, or any. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my family. It doesn't worry me. It does worry me in the sense when people have been hurt, whether they be trans, brown people. I don't know. That does worry me. I don't like it. All right. I don't like to see people of any race or creed getting hurt. And if that is being woke, so be it. I'm woke. I don't care. I'd rather be woke than an evil fucking bastard. Why can't we all just live together? Agree to disagree, maybe, But the end goals have to be the same. That everybody, our end goals should be, to care for our families and keep a roof over our heads and stuff like that. That should be our goals, and maybe have a bit of ambition in there as well. Maybe start a business, But everything should be to support each other. You might have different views on other stuff, but it's just turned nasty instead. These people, right, are cheering from the sidelines when they see people or hear of people dying in detention centres. That's the level of depravity we are at now. Oh, they shouldn't have been here then. These people have been out 60-odd years. They're naturalised citizens, and then they're being scooped up and shoved into detention centres, and some of them are dying. Or they're being raped. How in anyone's... How is that in anyone's best interests? The United States is gonna... It's going to end up being listed as one of the worst abusers of human rights abusers. I'll be chopping off heads next. They're doing Iran on you. Trump is a mirror America. Do you like what you see? That's a bit orange, isn't it? No, that's the thing, isn't it? But we shouldn't accept this as the norm. We really shouldn't accept this as the norm. With everything that's going on at the moment, and you see these hissy fits between Trump and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is saying that he's going to start this American party instead of as an alternative to the Uniparty, Democratic Republic Uniparty. You could argue that's quite a positive thing. Anything that stirs up, because there's bloody hornet's nest at the moment. That I could support. I'm not saying I would vote for it. I can't vote for it anyway. But if I could, I wouldn't say I would vote for it. Some it would depend who my senator, who my representative was in my state. If I had someone like AOC, I don't care what party it is. I'd be voting for AOC. Because I know that she'd work for you, work for your rights, your interests. You've got some states now also are working on defunding effectively Washington. Now it's been talked about before, hasn't it? About I'm not about seceding, but for instance, like California, Gavin Newsom has said about we're going to withdraw our funds from Washington because they're donor states. Well, there is. If I can find the article, I will share it with you. Is it that one? No, not that one. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Is it that one? No. I won't talk about that one in a minute, though. Not that one. That one. Oh, where is it? Oh, do you know what? While this all's going on, what have you, he's trying to kill you all, isn't he? Just the Trump administration is now is treating asbestos as not as low risk. Oh, here we go. Found it. Oh, here we go. To fight Trump's funding freezes. They keep withholding funding and what have you, and look at FEMA and what have you. It's like in Florida, isn't it? They've got people in Florida who are still waiting for their money, what have you, because of the hurricanes and stuff. The money that was supposed to be going to them has gone to fund this bloody Alcatraz. This alligator Alcatraz. These people are just evil. So anyway, they are looking at withholding these states are proposing a new gambit, withholding federal payments. So if they're donor states, they want to basically send monies to Washington. So Democratic legislators, mostly in blue states, are attempting to fight back against President Donald Trump's efforts to withhold funding from their states with bills that aim to give the federal government a taste of its own medicine. The novel and untested approach, so far introduced in Connecticut, Maryland, New York, and Wisconsin, would essentially allow states to withhold federal payments if lawmakers determine the federal government is delinquent in funding owed to them. Democrats in Washington state said that they are in the process of drafting similar measures. Now, like I said, it wasn't that long ago that Gavin Newsom, or Newscum as Donald Trump calls him, that's how childish the man is, has already said there's a possibility of that. It's finding a mechanism, isn't it? We're working out a mechanism to actually defund them. Could it be a way of, say, for instance, all the money goes into one pot but the pot it has to come out of is the same pot the funding comes out for the state. There's nothing left. We put sugar in ketchup. You taste it in refrigerated ketchup. We make our own ketchup, we do. I grow a lot of tomatoes, and we process a lot of, do a lot of canning here in France. You know, you do it in the United States as well, don't you? You know, it's quite common. It's quite a popular thing. Not so much in the UK, but, yeah, but I grow a huge amount of tomatoes and other veg, and we can them. When I can my tomatoes, I used to put a bit of basil in them, or coriander. Oh, so nice. So I tend to make our ketchup as we go and just leave it in the fridge. So I don't usually put sugar in it. If I do put sugar in it, it'll be maple syrup or just brown sugar. Brimstone Dragon Pizzas. I've never donated a penny to this channel, but here he is fighting the good fight. If he makes a few pennies off the YouTube for calling out Yankee Doodle, I'm good with it. I make very little off YouTube. YouTube itself is greedy. Ridiculously greedy. I'll give you a little idea. YouTube takes almost 30% off creators like me. And when you don't actually make a lot, it's clearly, obviously, it affects, you know, it's quite an effect. Now, when I see like Midas Touch, who gets millions of views every single day, like 9 million a day views, they are making shitloads of money. Shitloads of money. Yet they still stick those rotten fucking adverts that they make right in the middle of their bloody videos. They drive me insane. It's usually face cream or some supplement, and they make the videos themselves for their sponsors. And it's painful to watch. You have to skip past them, obviously, but still, it feels greedy. I love Midas Touch. I do watch their videos sometimes. Yeah, quite often, actually. But still, I'd rather watch Secular Talk because he's a little bit more outspoken. You know, he's quite verbal and risky. And he doesn't have any advertising. He doesn't have any sponsors. He just relies on the on YouTube views and stuff. You know. And obviously the super chats and stuff. Now, give it an idea. If you think it's 30% with YouTube, it's about 4.9% with I think it's even less than that with Patreon. But Buy Me Coffee is about 4.9%, and then you got what's the other one there? Oh, even with our rewarding project, like. Because we're doing, you know, we're planting loads of trees here in France, okay? We're planting shitloads of trees, and we get a little bit of, but the money comes in, or what have you, for the project. Someone donated to have a tree, so yeah, it's only under 5% with that as well. They've got a platform they've got to run. I understand that. That's fair enough. So without that platform, you know, our project wouldn't have got off the ground. But why does YouTube have to be 30%? They're making so much money. Anyway, they're greedy. So yeah, but regarding the views, I don't get enough views. Give you an idea, you get about around $1, depending on what the advertisers are paying. But on this kind of content, it's quite low. Around $1 for every 1,000 views, and on average, my videos are getting about 2,000 views. So you know, that's $2. It's not from the views, not for me anyway. If I was a bigger channel, maybe different, but I'm not. Good morning, says Ricardo Gutierrez. Good morning from San Diego, California, USA, at work, now at Southwest Airlines. How do you feel about what's going on in the United States? Yeah, Midas is American, all about the dollar, yeah, all about money. Yeah, but there are platforms in the United States that are not as greedy as that. The thing is there's a mission, isn't there? You know, you don't honestly think I'm doing this channel for the money, do you? Because I get so little. If I earn more on a paper round than I get on this channel, right? So if that was the case, I do it because I think it's important. That's pretty much it. I do enjoy it as well. I'll be able to be honest with you. I do enjoy it as well. It does tire me out. It also depresses me as well. It doesn't help your mental health. Constantly talking about stuff that where people are getting hurt. Of course it doesn't. Well, if you're a reasonable human being, it shouldn't. But the thing is, you see, it's really hard to get your videos out there. And they're a bit of an anomaly. Not everyone understands what I'm saying for a start because of my accent. And it's hard to get the views for small channels. And I'm not the only one. There's other channels out there as well. A friend of mine on here is one of the moderators, Joel. He's got a small channel. He's just started. He's worth following. And I like listening to Joel. I don't necessarily watch his channel, but I play his videos while I'm working. They're usually around 30 odd, sometimes longer, minutes long. So they're quite long. And he's quite slow going and what have you. It's quite easy to listen to. He's got a nice accent. He's French, Portuguese, German. And speaks several languages. He does. He's a very clever man. But it'll be a long slog for him to it's a good way to express yourself though, and it's a good way to get it off your chest if there's things that bothering you. So there are reasons for doing it, but I'm never going to be a channel like Midas or anything like that, or Secular Talk and what have you. They've got they've got hold of, they've got that section of the platform, so to speak. There we come. Rumble is a good free speech platform. The problem for me is I can't get it here in France. No. So they won't supply it to France because the law's here in the EU. Because freedom of speech is fine, but it shouldn't just give you the freedom to be an arsehole. We need facts. There's so much hearsay, so much opinion. Opinions are all very well, but should still be based on fact. There should... you have an opinion how a fact affects you or something. But, those sort of opinions are fine. You might be wrong, but it's an opinion. So, of course, you might be right. But it has to be based on truth. And, I can't get on this, so not without a VPN anyway. But I can't. It's just another multi-billionaire platform I don't want to get involved with. These VPNs and what. I'm just trying to keep away from that sort of stuff. It's not a good earning platform, and your audience will not generally be a good or honest people on Rumble. That's the same with TikTok as well. It's a low earner, but YouTube's not a great earner either. And also, I feel suppressed sometimes. So when I look at the stats, I see they're not showing the videos. That the impressions are very low. But it's one of the things, isn't it? Yeah, who on Rumble has a show based on truth? Good point. There are some people on there. There is, but it is overwhelmingly, because obviously they're open to it. That is overwhelmingly, just based on mistruths and lies and misinformation. Don't get me wrong. I make mistakes sometimes. Like lots of people make mistakes. I'm not. I'm absolutely honest with you. I can only go on basis of what information that I've found, and you're relying on that as well. And sometimes maybe my knowledge base isn't fine-tuned enough to give out completely accurate information. I might make silly mistakes. Plus, because I have fibromyalgia, I also have I get brain fog. All right. Now you might have noticed that when you watch my videos, sometimes I can't think of the name of somebody. That's the worst. So names and dates I'm terrible with. And just my mind goes blank. I know it, but I just can't get it out. Cool that. Oh, thank you. That's great. They just say whatever you want, and we are free. That's fine, As long as you can say whatever you want. As long as this is my feeling, okay? I feel say whatever you want as long as you're not being nasty to people. And that you're not being, I think you could be, as long as you're not being nasty to nice people. I think we've got to be careful that, you see, something that was said in the past, okay? George Orwell, he referred to this. When the masses or when the people accept the lies, they'll push back. Something like that. When people accept the lies, or a majority accepts the lies, they will get angry or something when they will not receive truth. You know what I mean? It's just something like that. I can't remember what it was. It's a George Orwell quote. So, you know, people are pushing back in the United States, and the Democrats and Republicans are also pushing back against this bill. It's just not strong enough. It's like these protests and what have you. They're brilliant, don't get me wrong. They're making a hell of a stance, but does Trump care? He's just looking for an excuse, isn't he? He's just looking for an excuse to enact martial law. But let's be honest about martial law. There ain't enough people to enact martial law right across the United States. There's no way Donald Trump can do that. Because the people themselves, especially if you're looking at, gun carry laws and stuff like that, states like Texas, can you imagine it? They just shoot them. It's crazy. Now, what you've got to remember also, these people who are working for ICE or working for Donald Trump, they also have family members that are affected by these policies. What happens when maybe a family member dies because they haven't got healthcare? Because of this bill. You're not telling me they're going to carry on being supportive of Donald Trump. The likelihood is they're going to actually push back. We've already seen it as some cops, what have you, who have pushed back, literally took the knee during the protests in support of the protests. As a statement. They don't agree with what's going on. Hello, cat. Moose. Cat's eye moose. Meow. Good morning or afternoon. Oh, there we go. You'd rather have Kamala Harris? Oh, feck yeah! Why wouldn't I want a highly educated, smart woman that happens to be black? I don't care what colour she is. I don't care the fact that she's a woman. I care the fact that she's capable. Donald Trump on his own is not capable of anything. All this stuff that's going on at the moment is from pressure from AIPAC and the Heritage Foundation, who've authored the Project 2025. You got Scott Bessent. It looks like his boyfriend has got rigor mortis and he's still in there. And then you got that bloody Ludwig Hitler geezer, constantly grinning. He's rubbing his fucking hands together. People are evil. They really are. I got a drink. Thank you, my darling. Much appreciated. You alright, sweetheart? I am a married man. She's still married to me. For how many years? 33 years? But I keep forgetting.
5 years we've been together.
Married 32 years. Who'd medal, her or me? Oh, I'm at the beach and the water's pulling back rapidly. You'll be lonesome soon. She just brought me a cold drink. A groom. Ms. Booth, name one duty of the Vice President besides tiebreaker for the Senate and a backup president. Well, he has a duty to impeach Donald Trump. It appears your comment thread is full of typical bigots and misogynists. Well, I haven't noticed that yet. In fact, my friend Joel here has been quite busy deleting people. Crikey. Average liberal. When I'm the president, says Michelle Richer. Is it Richer? When I'm president, I will veto any bill which deals with more than one subject at a time. Brilliant idea. Let's make him 12 hours to read 960 pages. Ridiculous. You need a team of people to do that. No more riders for pet projects. Some of it's been stripped out of the bill, to be fair. But the stuff left in it, well, what can I say? Is evil. That'd be a good plan, though. That's what, bills should be on individual topics, not massive, not covering absolutely everything. It's supposed to be a funding bill. Not that, they can avoid certain norms. Why do you look like Steve from Minecraft movie? I've heard that before. You kind of look like Jack Black, I'm not going to lie. I've heard that before at all. Rudy the Boxer says, that's the difference of Americans mentally and the world. I will fight and defend your right to free speech. Yeah, but so the UK got a lot of criticism from J.D. Vance regarding free speech. Total misunderstanding what it means. Your First Amendment rights, no one seemed to understand what that means. It just means the government is not allowed to hinder it. I don't mean to say you can just say whatever you want and slander people. Joe. Trump was born into a wealthy family in New York City. Trump graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 1968 with a bachelor's degree in economics. And apparently, according to his tutors and what have you, he wasn't a good student. He ain't bright. Yeah, funding the rich is pretty much what they're doing with this bill. Hello, Mark Gas Station. Or Mark's GAS Station. Howdy, friends. Howdy there. Howdy, strangers. Get off your horse and drink your milk and all that jazz, And Harris graduated in 1986 with a degree in political science and economics. The difference is Harris has always done stuff to pretty much help people. Like people who have been screwed over by mass corporations and when they're buying houses and stuff. She defended that. That's what she's done most of her life. For people. Donald Trump has just done things for Donald Trump. He's a greedy fucking asshole, that he is. Jack Black, but talented. I don't know, I think Jack Black is extremely talented. I really do. I love Jack Black. He can literally just turn anything into a tune. Like his inward singing. That's not a good advert for Pennsylvania. It's not Donald Trump, is he? She may sound like she is perpetually drunk, but she is qualified. If you're talking about Kamala Harris, nah, she ain't perpetually. She's just fun, you know. She made a joke. Because she's got a funny laugh. What's so bloody what? I don't give a damn about that sort of stuff. It's strange, isn't it? Don't you find that a little bit odd how we will ridicule people for the most ridiculous stuff and don't look at the detail. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction about from the good stuff. It's all a distraction. Now, as far as Donald Trump, everything he does is distraction, but it's a distraction from all the bad stuff. Donald Trump used to call into radio shows pretending to be his own PR agent. Didn't know that. Is that right? John Barron. Really? I wouldn't be surprised. What was the good stuff regarding Kamala Harris? Like I was mentioned a moment ago. Taking corporations to court for people who were ripped off. I think that's a pretty good deed. That is right, is it? You can find the audio. Oh my Gideon, I need to look into that. I better write that down. I've got them on board over there. I'll get my chalk. I'm gonna get. I've got my chalk. I've got a potato now, so I've got to use my blackboard. It's over there. All right, so it's John Barron. All right, I'll just write that down there. John Barron. AKA Trump. I did not know that. Oh, blimey. See, you live and learn, don't you? You know, we always live and learn. You got to live and learn, ain't you? At the end of the day, you got to be humble. Nobody knows everything. I don't know. I'm a woodworker. I know quite a bit about woodworking. I know about timbers and stuff like that, but I don't know everything. And I certainly don't know everything about politics. But we're all learning. And that's the thing, is it's all about just making the best effort that you can. Be the best person that you can. What can you ask from somebody, really? If it's their best effort, it might be mediocre, but if it's their best effort, that's all you can ask, you know? Not everybody was put on this earth to be the same. Now, a case in point would be, like, for instance, my little granddaughter, she doesn't speak much when she's surrounded by people. She doesn't speak. They've nicknamed it selective mutism. But when she's around me, she's a feckin' chatterbox. She don't shut up. You know? She's no different than my son Darren, who's her father. You know, he was like that. Stubborn as hell. You know? He hasn't done him any harm, and he talks like good and that. He's well educated, he's got degrees and what have you. Qualified nurse, you know, so it's not done him any harm. Never trust a lawyer. That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing. Never trust a greedy ass fecker. That's who you shouldn't trust. So if it's a lawyer that happens to be a greedy ass fecker, if it's a lawyer who would back people like Donald Trump, well then yeah, don't trust them. But a lawyer who has literally defended people, ordinary people, why wouldn't you trust them? They're going to do the best for you. Because at the end of the day, they need to make it. Well, they need to win. Because they will get the next job, and the next job, you know, it's just doing well for do well for others. You do well for yourself. It's like, oh they're all bankers. Oh, I hate bankers. It's all the bankers' fault. Oh, God's sake, not all bankers are bad. You know, they're not. Greedy ass bankers, yeah, you could say. I just find some of these statements a little bit ridiculous. You need your bankers. You need your lawyers. He needs jurisdiction. Without your lawyers, how are you going to get it? Don't get me wrong, there are some immoral people, but they have a duty of care to defend even the worst. And let's be fair, while you're trying to defend the worst in society, you might actually find something else out that actually these people aren't as bad as you think they are. Yes, maybe they still need to go to jail, but maybe not for so long. Oh shit, here's my boss, says Slim Richmond. Bob Mortimer was a lawyer. I do trust Bob Mortimer. There you go then, case in point. For me, it's greed, all right? Greed, and also those who take solace in harming others, take solace in hurting people. They are the people that I have a problem with, quite frankly. People like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they have hurt people to the extent that, quite frankly, they have probably either taken their lives or they haven't got any health care because these greedy feckers want more and more and more. Look at the bloody bill. The big, beautiful murder bill. When are people going to wake up and stand up against these people? Instead, they admire them. They watched the wedding in Venice, Jeff Bezos, and the woman with the fake boobies. Why? You see, these people, like Jeff Bezos, early on you could admire him. What he's achieving. But they get corrupted with money, with extreme wealth. Even Elon Musk, you could, apart from his Nazism, you could admire him. People did admire him. They looked up to Elon Musk. And now he realises he's a fucking Nazi. Kept that one quiet, didn't he? Within reason. No. Money corrupts. Greed. Fair as well. The fear that you could lose all. The lengths these people go to hold on to what they've got. To be up there on the old, I was going to say greed, but up there on the old leaderboard of the richest man or woman in the world. These people are literally bleeding you dry. All of us. And when you have very little or no growth, it becomes even more obvious. You see, before the growth, when you had a growing GDP, it disguised the fact that these people were bleeding you dry. But now there's no growth. There's nothing to hide it. Even with the national debt, you could hide it. You can't really hide it with the national debt anymore. The debt is too expensive to maintain. The interest rates are too high. If you haven't got a GDP that can cover your expenditure, well, then you've got a massive problem. And that I would agree with Elon Musk on. Maintaining an economy that is debt-driven. No, that is foolish. But it's been allowed to get there over a very long period of time. Now, it's all very well saying it's all about legislation and how we should allow companies have a free ride and don't legislate them. But you see, other countries are legislating. It makes it so these companies cannot function in those countries if they delegislate in their home country, like the United States, for instance. There are things that, for instance, Elon Musk He can do in the United States, he can't do in the EU. Look at, for instance, other stuff such as safety marks. You've obviously got the CE mark, which is the European standard. The United States pretty much uses that standard because they want to sell in the European Union. Yeah, remember the European Union is 450 million odd people. The UK also follows the CE rulings still, although it was going to be the UK CA mark. That's kind of like taking a back bench. There's still, it's pretty much a CE mark. So if you want to sell anything anyway, you have to comply with the EU. It's just how it is. There's no changing that. But Donald Trump seems to think he can just wield his iron fist and force other countries into softening their laws, or the European Union soften the Union's laws. Well, then you're going to fight a losing battle there. And it did. I understood why, but I still didn't like it. But I understood why Mark Carney had to. They took money from it, yeah. Anyway, but the digital services tax was removed just to maintain some talks. I suppose if the talks fail, well then those digital services taxes will remain, and they'll start taking funding from it, through it. They haven't yet. It's a case of how do you do it as well. Current index 100. Yeah. Steady from June 29, 25, reflecting fully realised functional fascism in the United States. The Supreme Court's June 27 ruling. Oh, you're talking about the birthright citizenship, yeah? In Trump versus Casa, inclusive curbing lower courts nationwide, yeah. So basically, the lower courts, the regional courts and the federal courts, they effectively got no power anymore. Pointless. What's up, player? This is Minecraft again. Trumps have lived in darkness. Trumps have lived in darkness for a generation. Generations. Yeah. But Donald Trump gave them the light, didn't he? He gave them a platform. The haters out there, the racists out there, the fascists out there. He said it's okay. It's okay, you can be a fascist, you can be an asshole, you can be MAGA. That's the code name. You're reminded if that one dude who works with wood on... That's me. Yeah, that's me. I work with wood on YouTube. Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel called Wally Bar Woodworking. And I'm still uploading videos. I haven't uploaded so many as I used to. I used to do about 6 a day. But I haven't uploaded so many recently. I've found it a bit hard, actually, since losing my dog. He died last November, I think it was. Oh, it still gets me every day. It does. I miss him. I do. I really miss him. Trump is good at Russian roulette. I hope so. As long as there's no bullets. The sun is up on the east coast of the USA. Blimey. Well, currently it is here in France, and I'm in safe central France. At the same time, well, hang on, stop that. It's nearly 1 o'clock, so it's 12:56 here in France. Yeah, these people, well, yeah, like Elon Musk's family, like Donald Trump's family, they have done evil feckin' things in their lives. Well, look, Elon Musk's father, for Christ's sake, Blimey. he's quite happy to come over. Oh yeah, I've killed a man before. You know. Oh yes, we've been put here to procreate. Yes, on this planet. That's why I made my 14-year-old stepdaughter pregnant. Yeah, of course. You know, these people are just unreal, and they think it's okay. They think it's okay. It's an alternative reality, isn't it? Anyway, don't forget, boot the old like button. 118 people out at the moment and 75 likes. Nobody loves me. If you're sports chatting, do it on the super chat if you like. Oh, there. But also, I'll get to see. I will make sure I read your comment. If you throw us a super chat, it don't have to be much. Britain's failing financial services economy has filtered through to families where all people talk about is money. Understandably so. People are very concerned. Look at Nigel Farage ripping them off. Nigel Farage, he's got citizenship in Belgium. You know? He's got interest in all sorts of pies all over the bloody place. Conflicts of interest. Just like Stephen Miller with his $250,000 conflict of interest that he's got in Palantir. Peter Thiel's that lunatic who was interviewed the other day, and he couldn't make his mind up whether or not the human race should be allowed to carry on. I wonder if that includes him. Well, he's the inhuman. These people are just... they're unreal. It makes me think of that scene in Don't Look Up with DiCaprio. The man that tells us that I'm not eating beef because it's because of the environment. Cows are bad for the environment, so I'm not going to eat beef. Yeah, I'll get on a private jet and go to Jeff Bezos' bloody wedding. They're such hypocrites. In fact, a lot of them. They are the worst in society. There's very few multi-millionaires out there who are decent individuals. Clint Eastwood, he's, let's be fair to him, he's been quite happy to hand donate money to various sources, small people. Ordinary folk give money to and stuff like donation. People are suffering. Is he 90-odd now? 93 or something? 92? Clint Eastwood, he also is driving around in his same old vehicle he's had for about 30-odd years. These people don't care about money. They do it because they love it. That's why he's still making movies. He loves it. Fistful of dollars and all that. Here you go, mate. But then you get the people like DiCaprio who just take the piss out of you. Now, guy in the UK, got a guy called Vince, environmentalist, multi-millionaire. He's got an energy company. He does a lot for the environment and society. Also, he donates to the Labour Party. I don't think he's so keen these days, mind. Hello, Alistair, my one friend. Hi, all in the chat, says Alistair. Hello there. How do I feel about firearms? To be honest, I'm a believer that pushing firearms to the side, the fact that some people own some of this stuff is ridiculous. Who needs a blooming assault rifle? That's ludicrous. Who needs a bloody hand grenade? Just stupid. Yeah. But... yeah, handguns. Let's say for instance, handguns. I actually got a massive issue with that. I think there needs to be strict laws and be able to, carry laws and stuff like that. I don't think you should be carrying them on your person. Personally, I don't. There shouldn't be a necessity. But I think we have to realise is that it takes a person to pull that trigger, and it takes a person to want to kill somebody, to hurt somebody, you know, because you can do that with anything, can't you? You can pick up a knife, a hammer, a brick, you know, anything that's lying about you can kill somebody with. You've got to want to do it. That just tells me that, you know, while there's obviously the murder rate in the United States is so high, is that you've got a societal issue. There is a massive problem amongst the American people who feel it's okay to kill people. I think that's normal. Madness. I don't honestly believe that taking away guns from these people is going to make some difference, obviously. It might save some lives, obviously. But do I think that's the primary cause? No, I don't. No, I don't. Satan's comb over. No wonder you're losing subscribers and viewers when you deliberately avoid answering questions regarding statements. I'm not avoiding answering questions, I probably didn't even see it. Anybody knows, like, for instance, I've just actually read your comment out. Well, no, if I've read this channel, I will still read out comments whether I agree with them or not. Unless they are literally nasty or, you know, some kind of verbal diarrhea. But, no, I just haven't seen it because I've been talking. Sorry. I can't answer every question, and they're not the only person here. So, a legitimate question. So here it is again. Thank you. Ah, hello. Trump's brain is missing. Yes, but Kamala still lost to him. And 9 million plus stayed at home, rather than hold their noses and vote for your darling Kamala. What is the point? Where's the question? Is that a question? I can't see the question. It's more than it's a statement, isn't it? So it's Trump's brain is missing, but Kamala still lost to him. Yeah. Well, he had a huge amount of money. She had a lot of money behind her. Let's be fair. But campaigning wasn't really her strong point. And I think Kamala Harris lost when Donald Trump decided not to debate her again. He didn't debate anybody after that. Because she made him look very stupid. And then he decided he wasn't going to debate her again. That is when I thought she lost. Well, the 9 million plus who stayed at home, on whatever way they were going to vote, they are to blame of what all the shit that they, you know, I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever, quite frankly, just for those who voted for Donald Trump. I've got very little sympathy. Thank you for your super chat and that. And I did not deliberately try to ignore your question. All right, I did not. I just didn't see it. Yeah, so Trump's brain is missing. I know they're saying that's what I think. Well, it is. Trump's Trump is a gob on a stick, right? He's also a fascist. He's also got heritage with the KKK. He's also backed by the Heritage Foundation, who authored the Project 2025. There's been an agenda that's been going on for decades, but more since Trump's first term, and they've got a lot of power. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who have been are happy to spread misinformation, and I see it all the time when I watch some of these live streams, because I do go into a lot of live streams, MAGA ones, because I'm the first to say that I believe that you should chew on what you disagree with, right? If you're going to have quite often it just backs up what my thinking, it just backs up my point of view. But I go into some of these live streams and I think, crikey, you people are lost. You really do not have an idea of what you speak. It just makes no sense. And I find some of it is very narrow-minded. They don't look at the nuances. They just look at one thing. They see the immigrants over here taking our jobs, or they're taking our houses, or they're taking this, or they're taking that. And they just see that. They don't see all the other stuff that's affected. And the fact how it also can affect them. They don't see any of it. So it's all about spokes in the wheel, cogs in the machine. So did they? Well, yeah. So a lot of people stayed at home. Yes, a lot of people didn't like Kamala Harris because of her laugh. Come on, give me a break. The laugh? That was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It didn't matter what she said or the content of what she said. They'd already made their mind up because they didn't like her laugh. They thought she was drunk because she had a funny laugh. While Donald Trump is, well, he's incoherent. He doesn't know what full stop is. All these tweets that he puts out these days, they aren't actually his words. Either that or he's just getting ChatGPT to write him on his behalf. Or he's got somebody there doing it for him. So anyway, thank you for your super chat there. I missed one. I do apologise, Satan's come over. Oh, that one. That's what you mean I missed. I apologise for that, I really do. Okay, so let me explain it to you. Kamala was listening, listening to the donors, I take that, and the voters. She expected their votes because she was black and a woman. There might be some truth in that. There might be some naivety on Kamala's behalf. There might be. So, you see, the problem with the Democrats and the Republicans, they're pretty much controlled by the same thing, money. Donor classes, and let's be fair, Donald Trump is funded. He didn't fund his own campaign. He's profiteered from the campaign. Yeah, I'm not necessarily going to disagree with that. I do not believe, I think or believe that political parties should be state funded and should not be allowed to be lobbied or have donors. It should be illegal. Outside influence, and remember, some of these outside influence isn't necessarily from American citizens or American companies. A lot of them are actually outsiders. Now, we saw this in the United Kingdom with Brexit and the Tory vote, where, like for instance, an example. Well, the Tory party, okay, the members could vote for the leader of the party. So, when, like for instance, Alexander Boris Steffel Johnson was removed, people who have a company that's listed, foreigners who have a company that's listed in the UK, was allowed to become a member of the Tory party and then vote for the Prime Minister. That's outside influence. It shouldn't be allowed. And that also goes on in the United States as well. External monies. We need to get rid of donations, political donations. It's not going to happen, though. But come over, thank you for your comments. I do apologise, I did not see it. I'm working off a very tiny little... I have literally on... If that was the device I was using, I'm using the mobile phone at the moment, it's like that wide, okay? And it's hard to see. It's like 0.7. text. Alastorm Care says Satan's coma. You might be right on that point. Plus, Biden should have not gone for a second term as his faculties were going. They certainly were. He shouldn't have. He shouldn't. No. And he should have known. He should have known better. But you know, when people get power, they don't want to let go, do they? Look at Donald Trump and his insurrection. I really do, that. Well, it should be the case anyway. You know, any political party should be working for the people, not for the corporations. Plain and simple. And they make decisions on behalf of the people. But instead, their primary concern is making decisions on behalf of the corporations. For Christ's sake, you had Elon Musk and his Teslas on the forecourt of the White House. Joe says, I can have a gun and a hunting rifle, but I'm not a lunatic. And no bore even replied to my fire with an automatic rifle or a machine gun. Good point. There's plenty of guns here in France, you know. All the farmers have got rifles, you know. Not just shotguns, they've got rifles. They don't go shoot people. Occasionally shoot themselves or members of their family by accident. That does happen here in France. Doing the chasse. That bit of the hunt. Well, since Reagan, yeah, quite possibly. Lots have gone wrong since Reagan. To be honest, Reagan, he at least he had a little bit of common sense, you know, regards his views regarding tariffs and free trade, you know. He was all for it, all for free trade. He thought tariffs were a stupid idea, and he was right. America needs a parallel society, shunning oligarch markets, barter, and tokens. Sounds like Star Trek or something. Yeah, they had to pivot at the last minute, didn't they? Yeah, Cameron didn't really have enough time, did she? She didn't really build a base. She did really well in that first debate, and it ended up being the last one. See, Donald Trump, he's a great campaigner, but he ain't a great debater. He might be a good mass debater, but I don't think he's a great debater. I can't. God, who better? I wonder how many people, or how much he has to spend to get fluffed these days. Can I agree? Michael, that's true, but someone should have said no to it again. That's my opinion. What have I missed? Biden was pressured to run that second time. Makes me wonder what they were so. I don't think AOC would have been any good. I think she's only really come out as a potential front runner now, really, in these recent campaigns. I don't think people knew enough about her. Or Jasmine Crockett, to be fair. But it was very much. It was just same old again, isn't it? I mean, it's just. Maybe it should have been Zoran Madami. Maybe it should have been him. That would have gone down well. Donald Duck would have been a better option than Donald Trump. Hell, I would have even voted for Goofy if I was American. Yeah. Oh, I just don't. I actually don't get it, because the things that he was saying during these campaigns, I was watching him, you know, during these campaigns, he was he was being nasty to the people that he was expecting to vote for him, calling them names and stuff like. And these people are cheering him from behind. It's like, yeah, what's wrong with these people? Strange individuals up there. What's up, lad? Says John Luke. Oh, good. How about you? Always remember Gone with the Wind poster of Reagan and Thatcher. Oh my giddy aunt, yeah. I remember that one. It's funny. Small communities in Canada do it already. Small communities in Canada already do what? Do what? What have I missed? Oh, parallel communities. I get you, yeah. Oh, yes, so what's it talk? You could have it, so what's it talk? Crikey, yes, so the orange mango Miss Lady. Hey, Chromedome. Have a great evening, Marcus, and Lady Caroline too. The day begins. Yeah, I suppose I ought to do some work as well. Small businesses give coupons of denominations that can be used at participating stores. Is that for anybody or people struggling and stuff, or is it for anybody? Because that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, you could say she's bloody smart though. Fucking hell, she has the answers to when they say stupid things. She makes them look so daft. Like I'll create a response to who was that now? Crikey. Anyway, she said, "I'm only a little girl." Oh, to Trump. Yes, I'm just a little girl. You know. I think you need to be 30 plus to be a president, maybe 35 plus, maybe. But then you end up with the same. You just end up with the same old. Zoron, he's 33. So, maybe. Can you imagine that in the United States? Shit without the fan, wouldn't it? A Muslim for president of the United States. I think that would be so hilarious. He's very progressive, though. It's like these people who, considering voting for Eric Adams. You're just voting for the same old stuff. The stuff that you've been complaining about, New York area, for decades. Just you'll vote for it again. Like Cuomo. Why would you vote for this? Cuomo, his name is. Yeah, why would you vote for these people? It's the same old shit. Need new people, new ideas. And people who actually have some connection still with the people instead of multi-millionaires, billionaires. Look at Donald Trump. He's not going to have dinner with you. He ain't going to shake your hand in the street, is he? He ain't going to reassure you. No, he's just going to try and sell you a dollar meme coin or something, whatever it's called. It's ridiculous. It's a con man. Gonna have tacos for dinner tonight. Oh, Trump. Always chickens out. Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Even Joe Biden in debates, what have you, he had periods where he couldn't string it together. But when he could, he was good. Trump is just blur. He just blurts the same old lies. It's like in the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. He was at 35 or more lies that he spoke some crazy amount of lies. It's a form of barter. And Biden's a good man. He's that Paul. Oh, crikey, there's people recently murdered and what have you, and their family and that. He went there to pay respects. That's a sign of a real president. He went to the funeral, went to see see the loved ones and what have you. Those people that family. That's what was her name again? Oh, crikey. Her and her husband. That right-wing fascist MAGA geezer who murdered her, shot her dead, her husband. Anyway, Biden went there and paid his respects. That's what you're supposed to do. Donald Trump wouldn't do that. He wouldn't even pay his respects to those poor bastards who lost their lives in that collision over that lake. He just made, when he was asked that question, are you going to go and pay your respects? What did he say? He said, "Oh, well, do you expect me to swim because it was over a lake? And are you going to see the site and what have you? Oh, do you expect me to swim?" That man is just, he's an arsehole. An orange arsehole. But just an arsehole. Taco Tuesday! Americans, Fin Canada doesn't want... What, Americans? Oh, think Canada doesn't want... Americans think Canada doesn't either. You think we have all untouched wilderness with no guns. All the Reagan bit, he was foundation, not the end. Sorry, I do not understand what you've written, Brimstone. Sorry, I do apologise. So you'll change for a cash purchase even in token denominations. Participating stores accept are equivalent to cash. I buy many things just with tokens. That's cool. That's actually a really cool idea. Because doesn't it also mean that the worth stays within your parallel community? That's interesting. I need to look at that. I didn't know for that before. Thanks, Hans. Canada, my home. I never heard of that before. So you live and learn, don't you? You're always learning. That's good. It's good to learn, It's important. Expands your brain. Well, I just had the reminder flash at the top of my phone saying my battery's about to run out. And if it goes into battery saver mode, it will just shut it down. Shut the stream down. Now, I could plug in the charger, but unfortunately what happens is the audio goes to shit. Yeah, but please boot the old like button, and I'd like to thank everybody. I had quite a few people there today, so I really appreciate that. Rosie's new show, says Marjorie Bedford. I don't know Rosie's new show. Oh, Jet Black. Well, what's up with that, mate? I get called Jet Black quite a lot, We decide the value. Oh, I see. Interesting. I'm going to look that up, Canada, my home. I'll have a look at that. I've never heard of that before. Eventually you end up with a purse full of tokens. Oh, excellent. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone who's joined the channel. And thank you to Joel for you being a star you have, looking after the channel. Well, really do appreciate him. And Joel's also got a channel. He talks about all sorts of stuff. Some political, some about general stuff. And he's a good guy to listen to while you actually work in it as well, because he's not monetized at the moment, so there's no adverts and stuff, so you can just put it on and not worry about it and just treat it as a podcast. It's really good. So anyway, he's moderated the channel, so I'd like to thank Joel, and I really appreciate it, my friend, really do. And those who've given super chats, what have you, without your support, the channel would not exist, period, because, I'd have to earn some money somehow, I'd probably still do a bit, to be fair, but I'd probably put my effort elsewhere. I'd have to. We've all got to live, I'm not a rich man, for Christ's sake. Unfortunately, I don't have a mortgage or anything like that. I've got my house, but I've got no debt, so I'm good at that. But still got to live. Right, yeah. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll say good night from Thib, and good night from me. Oh, can't you do it on your own, can you? No. Anyway, toodaloo.